Hello guys, so this is the explanation video for question 2 which I got in the Google interview round. So here I'll be explaining how you could solve this problem, this question 2. So in this question 2 basically we are taking exponential steps, okay, because the number is not repeated, okay. So the number like if you check the first index number, that is 4, it won't be repeated again. So what we can do, we can take exponential steps. Okay. So first we will go from first index to second index, then first index to fourth index, then first index to eighth index. That way we can keep on doing exponential steps unless the value is not equal to 4. So in this case, the first one will only be not equal to 4. So we will return the previous index, which is 1. Okay, I mean 0. So since it is a 0 index list, so we will return 0. So this is what we can do. Uh, so let's see the code of this. So yeah, basically this is the code. So first we are define inputting an array. We are inputting an array. We are calculating its length. Then we are defining the solution as -1 and length as 0. Okay, length of the solution and the solution. These two variables we are defining and we are assigning it 1 to -1 and 1 to 0. Now we are defining the index variable. Index will range from start from 0 to n minus 1. So we are initializing it to 0. Now we'll iterate through the loop unless I is less than n. Okay, I is less than n means I is between 0 and n minus 1. Till then we'll iterate the loop. Now the ith index will make ai as arr I. Okay, and yeah, this is what we are doing. This step is not required. So now we are simply we are doing temp I is equal to I, the ith index, and prev I is equal to -1. Okay, now we will iterate this while loop unless temp I not equal to prev I. Okay, so this is to check whether we hit the similar index again. uh, Similar index again. Similar index again means the next numbers are not equal to the previous number. So we'll continue to do this. Now we'll instantiate prev I with temp I. Okay, and now we will calculate temp I as arr prev I n, get next index. So if the next index is again equal to prev I, then the loop will stop running. Okay, this will come out of the loop, and if it is not, then again from prev I will keep on moving forward and forward and forward. Okay, so let's see this function get next index. So in this function get next index, what we are doing, we are defining the array starting from I to n, then initializing p as 0, then we are doing index as I plus, from I we need to check. Okay, and p will be initially 0. Okay, because 2 to the power 0 is 1, so we will move one step forward. Now we'll check index of this is less than n or not. If it is less than n, means if it's a valid index in the array, then we will check whether they are equal or not. If they are equal, then we will sum up p and again we will recalculate the value of ind. Okay, that will become I plus int power 2 comma p. Okay, so this is what we will do. We will move one more exponential step ahead, and now once this, if the array is invalid, if the index reaches some value which is beyond the array size, or it is not equal to uh, the ith index which was provided to us, then in both the cases we will come out of this while loop. Okay, so then we will check p is equals to 0 or not. If p is equal to 0, then we will return I. Okay, and if it is not equal to 0, p equals to 0 means we took only one step forward, and that number was either beyond the size of array or not equal to the array, not equal to ARRI. Okay, so if both the any of these two conditions happens and p remains 0, then we simply return I. Now if p is not equal to 0, then what we will do, we will return the previous step, the previous exponential step, which was either an invalid size array or a not equal to ARRI. So just one step previous to that we will take. So 2 to the power p minus 1 we will do. Okay. So p will either from 1 to any other value. So this will return the index which is also equal to the ARRI. This will return an index which is also equal to ARRI. Now there may be more numbers beyond this which may be equal to ARRI. So that will be taken care of by this function. Now again we will again temp I will not equal to prev I. Then prev I will be again instantiated as temp I. Then again the next index we will start calculating from there. Okay. So again we will start calculating, and if it is the last index which is equal to ARRI, then again it will return the same value as prev I. Okay, prev I will return prev I only. So in that case temp I will be equal to prev I and will come out of this loop. Okay, so once it is done, now we will calculate prev I minus I plus 1. So all the indexes from between prev I and I will be will contain that number ARRI. That is why we are doing prev I underscore prev I minus I plus 1. Okay, so this will be the length of the sub array containing all ARRI. Now if this length is greater than L was our solution length. Okay, so if it is greater than L, then we will simply change the length, the L as temp L, and also change the solution as ARRI. Okay, this is what we will do. Now once all this is done, we will move one step ahead of prev I. Since prev I was already equal to ARRI, now we will move to the next index which is not equal to ARRI. Okay, so we will move to I is equal to prev I plus 1. Now it can either be an invalid position in the array, that is beyond the size of array, so we will come out of this for loop, or it will again be some other number. So we will again start checking for that number, how many, what is the length of that. So yeah, this is how it will run, and yeah, this is how it will solve this problem. So let's run this code and check. So for this given example, just a second. Yeah, for this given example, if you see 4 5 5 4 5 5 4 5 5 5 sevens 5 sevens 1 2 3 4 5, then double 2 double 3, and then 4 twos. Okay, double 3 then 4 twos, 1 2 3 4. Yeah, so in this case 7 should be the answer, right? 7 and length 5. So you see 7 and length 5. This gives us the correct solution. Okay, so now if we try it with some other input like 1 4 5 2 8 6 7 9 0, so all are of length 1. So in this case answer will be any one. Okay, so 1 will be the answer. Okay, in this case we will take the first number, longest sub array. So answer will be 1 1. Okay, so you got the answer correct. So yeah, this is how the code should be, guys. Okay, so hope you understand. You can watch my other videos as well, my Amazon video and other interview status video. If you've already watched the Google interview, you can check my other videos as well. You will learn a lot. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.